What's good, YouTube? Freedom My Productions here, man. And we need to have a talk real quick, man. I hate to do this, man, but it has to be done. I have to talk about some of you guys' favorite streamers right now. Uh, One person in particular who brought all this up, and then we're gonna react to a video. But before we get to that, I just want to address someone, Agent00, man. Come to the front, my guy. Agent00, man. I hate to do this, man, but I used to be a fan of yours, man. I like some of your content. But recently he said something that kind of offended me. And I've seen online that a lot of people was offended by it. And as of yet, I ain't seen him apologize for it. This made me start thinking about Agent and who he like really hangs around with. Now, if you don't know Agent00, he's a part of, I'm pretty sure if you're a streamer, you know who he is. He's one of the biggest streamers ever. He's part of one of probably the biggest streaming group online, which is AMP. You know, Kai Cenat's, he's part of that group. Duke Dennis, Kai Cenat, Agent, I think Chris Next Door, and some others, right? I'm not trying to exclude nobody. I just can't think right now. But he's part of one of probably the biggest streamers out there. And for him to be so big and have such a big following, I noticed that he hangs with certain people. Mind you, Agent00 is Canadian. He's not American, even though I think he lives out there in Atlanta with the rest of the AMP and the AMP house. But he's originally from Canada. And his ethnicity, why can't he talk right now? He's Ethiopian, right? His family's from Ethiopia. So for him to say something so crazy is kind of shocking. For him to be a Canadian Ethiopian, right? So what happened was he was streaming, and I guess while he was streaming, someone said something about his name in the chat. I don't know exactly what they said, but of course we're gonna pull the video up. Done will. But they said something about his name, and right away he went. He didn't just attack the person, he attacked like the whole ethnic group of people. Like, he said something about, would you rather me have like a slave name? Would you rather my slave master name me like they named you? Or something like that. Now that's crazy talk. For you to bring up slavery because the guy questioned your name. Understand you have like a foreign name. He probably said, oh, what kind of name is that? Being funny. You know, people are going to troll. But you went past trolling and you went to like something personal. Now, you bringing up slavery, you're not just talking about one person. You're talking about a whole ethnic group. Not only here in America, but you're talking about a history that not only affected us here in America, but affected like other black people from around the world, like, you know, Jamaica, Haiti, Puerto Rico, DR, you know, where slavery was like prominent, right? So for you to say he has a slave master name, that's something he can't control. It's nothing that we can control about that. But at the same time, instead of just attacking that individual, you went ahead and attacked the whole ethnic group of people. But I don't want to get too much, man. We're gonna let our boy Young Dunn say some stuff, and then we'll go from there. So here we go.
Yeah, man, black Americans, they done with this shit, bro. They are done putting up with this shit. Every day now I see another person, whether it be a black American, but usually a black immigrant, or maybe the descendants of black immigrants, they are being held accountable by black American YouTubers and creators, calling out this bullshit, this thing that we see happening time and time again, where people are disrespecting black Americans and black American culture. And I'm all for it, because a lot of times it really is these same dudes that allow a lot of the raccoon behavior to slide. is a lot of the times these are the same dudes who are friendly with white people and non-black people who will go on to platform either like racist political ideas.
Good point. Good point. An Agent, I didn't say this, but Agent is friends with people like Sneeko. He's friends with like people like Sneeko. And if y'all don't know who Sneeko is this guy who hangs around a lot of white supremacists, right? White supremacists and wannabe white supremacists. He hangs around people like Myron Gaines. This guy, Myron Gaines, literally dresses up in KKK garb. He dresses up like Klan members, talking about killing black people. And he's from the Sudan. He's also he's an African immigrant from the Sudan who hates black Americans. He has a hatred for black Americans and pretty much for black people in general. And even though he claims he's black, he has his hatred for black people. And he goes around dresses up as Klansman. He does the whole Yahtzee salute and all that stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And Sneeko's like real close friends with this guy. And Myron Gaines hangs with nothing but white supremacists. They sit there, they talk about everyone. Anybody can get it. That's non-white. And Agent's friends with this guy, Sneeko guy. Just think about that.
Right? Like people like Aiden Ross, people like Nick Fuentes, people like Sneeko, right?
There you go.
These are the same kind of dudes, these black people who will disrespect black American culture and black American people. They really are like the gateway for raccooning, for the black to like alt-right red pill pipeline. And you know what I'm saying? And they really let a lot of these, they normalize these white creators who are on racist shit like Aiden Ross and XQC. A lot of times these are the same black people who disrespect.
I'd heard
black
XQC
American
say some
culture.
stuff too. Yeah.
If you still don't know what I'm talking about this situation right here. You've seen it before if your algorithm looks like mine. Today we're going to be talking about it through this video, When the Slave Master Doesn't Name You. Video by FDH. And I believe that the catalyst for this conversation, for this video, is Agent00 from AMP. However, he's also going to touch on Kai Cenat.
I didn't know that. When I seen the clip of Agent saying that, I plan on doing a video on it because I didn't know if other people caught it or was even going to say something about it. But it really pissed me off. I felt some type of way about it. But then, as I was like getting ready to do a video up on it, and I was like getting some research on Agent, that's when I seen other people talking about it, and that's when I ran across Young Dun's video, and I was like, oh, Young Dun's already did it. So he already did like he pretty much gonna say what I'm gonna say. Because me and Young Dun think alike when it comes to a lot of this stuff. So that's what I said at the beginning, but we're going to listen to what Young Dun got to say.
As well as Platboy Max. So let's dive in.
See, I didn't know what Platboy Max is.
Bro, are you mad the slave masters didn't name me, bro? If Thomas the slave master from 1800 named me, would that have been better?
She said, what?
Yeah, no. That wasn't it.
I beg your pardon? Nigga, what?
That wasn't it.
Wait a yo, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? I'ma say coming at us, even though I'm not black American. Nigga, my name is Donald. Huh? My name is Donald Hines. Ain't nothing African about that shit, nigga. Yeah, my name came from being named by a white man too. You know, somewhere up the line, you feel me? Like, what the fuck? Like, why you coming at us, nigga? God damn, why you coming at black Americans? That's crazy.
She just started. She had a dream about King Von. Yeah.
You had a dream about King Von.
What the fuck, bro? bro.
There is a war on Black Americans.
Just trolling.
Well, not entirely, because there is definitely something weird going on. Despite the fact Agent has definitely profited on Black culture, he disrespectful to Black people as a whole. He unprovoked said he wasn't named by a slave master. And I say unprovoked because why did he take a shot at Black people like that? Today, I just want to talk about this weird thing that non-Black Americans do, where they try to dismiss Black culture as if Black culture didn't inspire a lot of the trends we see and participate in daily. The lingo, the swag, it's all Black culture. And it's definitely a big reason them AMP boys went up. So let's talk about it.
Comment for the algorithm.
Now here's the thing. We're not going to just be talking about how people try to discredit Black culture, but we're also going to be talking about how these same influencers tend to prop up imitations. The swag, the style, it's all expected of Black people. But when we see these non-Black people do it, it's praised.
Yeah. All right, what does it say right here? Man, them niggas become millionaires off cosplaying Black Americans and then diss Black Americans.
Facts.
Praised beyond the norm. But before I get all into that, I gotta clock Agent T as a big forehead Ethiopian.
Damn.
Bro, this is crazy.
Dude got an ass crack on his head.
Nigga, what is this shit in the middle of his head too, bro?
That's from him wearing the
Look
do-rag.
like he about to open up and an alien about to
That's
crawl
that
out of
do-rag
that
mark.
shit. Agent,
But
what
still.
the fuck is this cup, bro?
Dude.
You rich as fuck, nigga. Go to
Come on,
Turkey,
bro.
Get that hair transplant. Or is this just his forehead?
You got an ass.
Is
crack
his
on your
hairline
head,
not
bro.
even receding? Is this
It's
just
not
what
a
it
forehead,
is?
man.
Nigga is
That's an
not about
ass
to
head.
take shots at my people and just get away with it.
What kind
Facts.
of name is that? Bro, are you mad? The slave man?
Damn, that might just be his forehead, gang. I always thought bro had a receding hairline.
It's a cultural name, asshole. If Thomas the slave master from 1800 named me, would that have been better? Come on, bro. I don't think niggas gotta switch up their names just because.
Wait, what? If Thomas the slave
Yeah, what are you
master
talking about?
named me,
You could have just
would
been
that
like,
have
I'm
been
Ethiopian. It's
better?
Ethiopian name.
You don't want to nigga, that's my name, gang. That's always been my name.
Why you throwing
Here's the
slavery out
problem.
there?
Here's the issue. Like, it feels like he's coming at Black people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it feels like he's coming at Black people. Like, it doesn't feel like he's coming at the colonizers. And I feel like that's why this feels weird. This coming off weird. It's like, nigga, like, wait, are you blaming us that our ancestors were kidnapped and forced to work for hundreds of years and they took our language and they took our names and they took our fucking religions and spirituality? Is that our fault that these niggas is evil? Where is this energy for the evil people that did this shit? Why you only got energy for niggas?
Asshole, you know that.
To really understand the stupidity of this clip, we have to take a look at AMP and understand that their brand is very much Black American. And while I don't mean to minimize the Caribbean roots that Phantom and Kai share, just as an example, I want you guys to understand that they blew up and niggas were spamming New York gimmicks. You can't be a walking New York culture advertisement and then claim that Black Americans have no culture. You can't have the AMP cipher every year and claim that Black Americans have no culture. These ciphers are a product of hip-hop/rap culture, which is very much Black American. How can you indulge in these facets of the culture? How can you flirt with the epitome of what it means to be Black American?
You know, I've been trying to figure out why it is that people say Black Americans don't have culture, especially compared to other Black people of the diaspora. And I've come to the conclusion it's because Black American culture is so ubiquitous. It is the water. You feel me? Like,
It's everywhere, yeah.
A fish doesn't realize it's swimming in water, right? This is a concept that we've all heard.
Our culture's so popular
because
it's
just around so much. It's so large. It's everywhere. It has proliferated society to such a degree that you will be interacting with shit that is Black American culture that you don't even realize is Black American culture because of how deeply intertwined it is with Western culture as a whole.
How can you indulge in these facets of the culture? How can you flirt with the epitome of what it means to be Black American and yet deny its existence?
All my mods who are not cultured at all, stop dick riding. I don't want to hear, like, when I'm asking general questions, I'm not asking y'all niggas. Stop dick riding. Y'all niggas is black. You're black. You're
like the way I hate this clip, bro.
Yeah, I know
Like,
this clip, man.
It's so cringe and it's so aggressively cringe as well. Like,
yeah, this is a classic clip. Everybody knows Castanet says, Black Americans don't have no culture, but then he tried to backtrack it. They said he was just playing or something. Later, he tried to say he was playing, but nah, you said it. And then something that stands out about this too is that he kept referring to Black Americans as black and seeing himself as a other. He would say, "Oh, you guys are black. You're black. I'm not black. I'm a other." Because I think Castanet's supposed to be, he's like supposed to be Jamaican and Trinidadian or something like that. I think like Jamaican, Trinidadian, or Jamaican and Haitian or something like that. But it's funny how he kept saying, "Oh, you guys are black. You don't have a culture because you're black."
coming off is so gross, bro. This is weak. This is wild.
You're just black. You're just fully American.
This is an older clip. I think this is 2 years ago. And as far as I'm aware, he did get checked by Duke Dennis, who is a Black American, who
Shout out to
is a
Duke.
member of AMP. He did check him, but Kaisenet has never really come out and apologize or said anything.
I think he did, walking back a little bit,
addressing the situation. And I think that's going to continue to haunt him, bro.
You're African American, bro. That's it. How was that see you in 30? That wasn't an insult. That was strictly, you're black. You're not Trinidadian. You're not Jamaican. You're not African. You are American.
It fries me that Kai was saying this too, just completely demonizing Black Americans for their lack of culture. It's this weird superiority these non-Black Americans be having. It bothers me because I love all Black people. These guys want to benefit from the culture, but deny it. And then when a random internet dweeb makes fun of Agent's ethnic name, all of a sudden he got beef with all Black Americans and he starts saying we have slave masters.
Well, it's not even just Black Americans. It would be all descendants of enslaved the Black people. Like that. That whole criticism of like, oh, would it be better if a slave master named me? That should apply to pretty much every Black Caribbean person as well.
Their last names in a very derogatory way. I'm not saying that Black people won't have a lineage that goes back.
But the reality is, and I've heard this, bro, there are Black immigrants from Africa, from the African continent, right? So this does not include Caribbean Blacks that have a superiority complex when they look at Black Americans and Black people in the Caribbean because they aren't the descendants of enslaved Black people. You feel me? Yeah. Like that is a thing. They think that in some way is it makes them superior.
Were committed. The issue is really how Agent said it and the comfortability he had with that disrespect.
Thanks.
Agent wants to be part of the culture. He wants to rock the swag. He wants to speak the language. But he made sure to distance himself when he felt slighted. He made sure to make it known that he is not one of us. Not truly. In other words, he's putting a very, very big line between him and a Black American, which just divides us. And I just thought that was very, very weird. Mind you, Kai was talking to his chat and he was talking about how...
And that's crazy that Agent would even make this mistake, but it just goes to show you how deeply rooted it is that it still came out. Because how Agent, from what I've seen, is one of the more like savvy guys when it comes to PR.
I thought the same thing too.
Moves. He's pretty intentional with how he moves online. And for the most part, I haven't really seen Agent get wrapped up in any kind of controversy. And the fact that he saw Kaisenet go through this exact same shit and then made what is essentially the same mistake is crazy.
Some of his chat was not any of those foreign Black groups. But my thing is, the beginning of Kaisenet's brand was him getting sturdy and just showcasing New York culture, which I've already made clear is a product of Black culture. This New York thug Kai could teach this Canadian stutter monster how to get sturdy for content, but he wants to sit up here and deny the culture.
And this is what I mean when I say it be the same ones that disrespect Black American culture that act as a gateway for these racist fucks, bro. Like a dude like XQC, who for sure is racist, without a question, is racist.
Yeah, I heard him say some weird
Monster,
stuff,
how to
yeah.
get sturdy for content, but he wants to sit up here and deny the culture he was profiting on every day. It starts feeling like black erasure, and it starts feeling like they have this sort of superiority, because why are these men so adamant on spreading the myth that black Americans don't have culture when culture is all we got? They draw these lines, but they do it so negatively. It almost comes with a disgust factor. I'm not black American, I'm Caribbean on some shit. Like, it's just weird. But the next person I want to talk about is Blackboy Max, because you already know he'd be at the scene of the crime every single time.
Bro, everyone want to be from somewhere, bro. Everyone wants to be from somewhere, bro. We all want a place to belong. Imagine growing up with no culture, gang. Nigga, I grew up with no culture.
Dude, you're a rapper. What? That's part of your culture. If you're a black American.
First and foremost, everyone has culture. Everyone comes from a culture of a sort. Like, to say that you as a black American grew up with no culture is to say black Americans have no culture. What are you really saying when you say that, though?
You're an idiot.
Nigga, look at you. You covered in tattoos. You got the fucking lineup and the fade. Black Americans invented the fade.
The fade, the lineup.
You know what I'm saying? The military
slang,
requirements here in America.
The rap.
For people to have that high and tight, low cut haircut. And then black Americans took that shit and evolved it into what we now call the fade. Essentially, I think what Blackboy Max was getting at is the fact that black American culture was birthed in the context of slavery, right? Which technically is also true for Jamaican culture. It's true for all the other Caribbean cultures, so that really ain't really saying nothing, to be real. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you take a look, and the reality is you can say this for pretty much all the African countries as well, because the countries that exist on the continent of Africa, they were drawn up by white people and did not involve any of the Africans when it came to determining those borders. And so really we can say this about pretty much all black people around the world, as sad as it is, but
now be used as the token black person who agrees with the weird anti-black stance. Even though this is just an objectively false take, and Max has culture as a black American, he can now be used as justification for other people to repeat it. And this can all happen despite the fact that Max himself has contributed to the culture via In the Booth, and he did so in a very meaningful way. And yet his own words dismiss that. Bro, how the fuck did we get here? Honestly though, I don't got beef with any black person for real, regardless of where you from. My thing is, just stop saying black Americans don't got culture, when a lot of this pop culture stuff we see derives from things that black people made popular. The entire reason we have Fort as a concept is because of black culture. Right. These vultures need something to take, so evidently it exists. That's really all I had to say though. Subscribe for more.
Yeah.
All right, man. Shout out to Young Dunn, man. Shout out to the video he was reacting to. That's some good stuff, man. I'm just so glad there's other people out here who've seen this and felt the same way I felt, man. I felt hella disrespected by what Agent said, man, and what Kai and Playboy Max. These dudes are ignorant, man. These dudes, like Don said, man. Our culture is like the default when it comes to blackness. Everybody's pretty much raised off our culture to the point to where they forget that it came from somewhere. They think because it's just like a default culture that most black people just grow up with. They grow up with black American culture, that they forget that it comes from somewhere. It came from a group of people. It came from us here in the States. This is our culture, and these people are not educated on this, or they just have like a butt. They have like a bug up their butt about the shit, and they actually feel some way about black Americans. And a lot of them do. A lot of them just don't like us. It might be a jealousy thing or whatever it might be. But like old boy said, man, this ain't the video to put hate out there, because I don't hate nobody. I don't care what race or what nationality you are. I don't hate you. I have no problems. But you're not going to talk about my group of people and then you can get away with it and like it's all cool, especially if you're here in the States. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get the F you to me and I'm supposed to sit here and take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bruh. I'm going to say something about it. And I'm gonna leave it with this. I'm gonna play a clip of Duke Dennis. Shout out to Duke Dennis. He is with AMP. Forget what Agent and forget what Kai's talking about. Because I think most people in AMP are immigrants. I think AMP is made up of all immigrants except for Duke. Maybe Davis, I'm not sure. Davis and Duke probably the only 2 Black Americans in the group. I'm not too sure. But Duke did say something. He did address it. And I'm going to play that now.
Anybody that say Black Americans don't got no culture, you are 100% absolutely wrong. Listen, every single race, you know what I'm saying, done took something from the Black American culture. Everybody loves Black American culture, yet nobody want to give us credit when credit is due. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to act like we ain't got no culture whole time. Come on, man. We one of the most influential people ever, bro. Black people, and I'm really talking about Black Americans, are some of the most influential. I'm talking about from music, fashion, food, hairstyle, man, everything, bro. But look, I'm finna really say something so powerful though. Everybody wanna be a nigga, but nobody wanna be a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wanna, you know what I'm saying, act like us, talk like us, you know what I'm saying, make music like us, wear what we wear, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to actually accepting like the title of being a Black person, everybody always say some crazy shit like, nah, I ain't Black.